roads appear to have been quite well salted here once we've got onto the bit more bigger road. Down our lane was still very icy. It has actually warmed up slightly overnight, but it must have been freezing more or less most of the night, on like a ground frost. This last year they don't seem to have trimmed the roadside. They usually have like a contractor with flail come along about sort of August time, which is fair enough, do it once. The trouble is you get, it isn't just like tall grass with there being hedges either side, you get like woody growth like blackthorn and stuff coming out onto the very edge of the tarmac, which when it's young and springy it's alright, but if that's cut off when it's a couple of years old, it'll puncture your tyres. Not that anyone cares about things like that. If you can save £100 on paying the contractor, they'll do that in right. And if half a dozen people have punctures, tough luck. Land Rover coming. Is this John? No. It's sometimes icy through here. I have to say that nearly every time when I come through, but it won't be this morning because it's being salted. You get caught out through here on the mornings when it's okay, it's a bit icy there, but you get caught out through here when it's been sort of mild. But look at the ice on here, it's ridiculous. This is got the water streaming down. I mean, to be fair, it has been very, very wet, but there's a drainage issue there. We had the last couple of days of November, and more or less it was 30mm of rain. Like some Novembers, that's all I get the whole month. But actually, November is a relatively wet month. It's well, probably our wettest month here on average. Maybe more or less through it, because next week or two, certainly this week, more or less dry. Moving into the following week, it's certainly getting milder by next weekend. I suppose those sheep are I don't know. Let me see the could there be milliners? That doesn't look, they don't look right. Covered in paint. That was lucky. I don't really have any problems stopping, but it's not so bad with sheep. But if you have cattle in, it's quite challenging to stop without catapulting them into the front. Sheep are well padded. I know it sounds almost flippant, but they're so woolly. They're kind of spring-loaded. Give this pickup a good wash. Bloody horses. Castleton, I suppose. They do feel quite heavy, these sheep, and yet they didn't see much of a load somehow. This trailer, although it's the same length as the previous one, at 10 foot, it's like 6 inches wider, I think. It's only 3 inches each side, which is neither here nor there in a way. But you see, you do notice it though, and you're trying to park and things. But anyway, your extra 3 inches each side, you could easily get an extra, I'd say, 4 lambs in, more. So, in fact, my sort of typical load is about 15, sometimes 12. I occasionally even go with 10 if I can't quite find a load, because just keep thinning them out. But generally speaking, I try and get about 14 or 15, sometimes 16. But even 16 isn't really full. I think you could get 20 in there if you really squeeze them a bit. It's ground the gears. Good queue behind just caught up with me already. I don't think they'll stay with me though, because when I've only got sheep in, I can comfortably do 50 and a bit more. There's some sort of slow wagon. A lot of them are governed to 50. I don't have my sunglasses on first time in weeks. I have them in here. I forgot to take my petrol receipts out the other day. Put my sunglasses on, I don't think it really working. I could do with a sunshade, but I don't like putting that down. There's all sorts of stuff is stashed in it. Yeah, that's better with them on. It's just cutting the glare quite a bit. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Whitby, when you come down here it looks stunning, doesn't it? On a sunny morning. It looks, if you were just sort of touring around, it looks unmissable. Really make 2 lanes on this roundabout, especially if we've got a trailer on. It isn't marked for 2 lanes anyway. On the horizon you can see a square box, which if you didn't know you might have assumed it was that you were somehow seeing Farlingdales, which is a bit like a box from some angles now. So it's a pyramid shape, but it's not a pointy pyramid, if you know what I mean. It's a triangular shape. with gables. Anyway, but that's the Woodsmith mine. You get a squirt of washer with a crane. That's the actual, that box thing is like to cover, weatherproof to some extent. The shaft they're doing, in fact I think they've done the shaft. I think they've got the boring machine down there now, I'm not very sure, but anyway, at this stage, the construction stage, there's this sort of, a bit like pit winding gear on top, but they can lift things up and down basically, including people, because it's quite deep. Ooh, that's a big one. Just like, it's the sort of thing you would put a big digger on. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's going to the mine. You're not supposed to go this way. But it could be, it's in Noble's colours. I can't see it says Noble on it. It's their coloured cab. He's going very cautiously here. Oh, I see the cab. You'll have to take command of that bridge to get round the corner at the end. Took my glasses off, I wish I hadn't. Still got glary sun. It is Nobles, it's going in there. And I can see it on the door as well now.